You remember the smell of wet fur on a rainy afternoon. You remember a cold nose pressed against your hand. You remember not washing that hand right away. That small, forgettable moment may have quietly rewritten your immune system. Here's the strange part. The real answer is far stranger than dogs are good for kids. Scientists now believe the animal sleeping at the foot of your childhood bed was training your body to fight enemies it hadn't even met yet. Your immune system is not born finished. It is born unfinished, like a soldier handed a weapon with no target. It needs practice. It needs data. And for most of human history, that data came from dirt, animals, and other people, not from a bottle of antibacterial soap. Think about your ancestors. For nearly 200,000 years, humans lived surrounded by animals, insects, soil, and microbes. Every meal, every hut, every riverbank exposed a growing child to thousands of foreign organisms. This wasn't a design flaw. It was the design. In 1989, an epidemiologist named David Strachan noticed something odd. Children with more older siblings had lower rates of hay fever and eczema. Why would having more siblings protect you from allergies? His answer became known as the hygiene hypothesis. More siblings meant more early infections, more shared germs, more immune system practice rounds. Fewer siblings in cleaner modern homes meant a quieter immune system with less to do. And an immune system with nothing to do does not stay idle. It gets bored. Sometimes it turns on the wrong target. Pollen, dust, peanuts, even your own skin. This is the modern allergy epidemic in a single sentence. An army trained for war deployed against a picnic. So where does the dog come in? A dog is not just a pet. A dog is a walking, panting, tail-wagging delivery system for outdoor microbes. Every walk in the park, every roll in the grass, every muddy paw print carries bacteria into your home that would otherwise never arrive. Researchers at the University of Michigan, led by Nicholas Lukacs, showed that mice exposed to house dust from homes with dogs developed calmer, more balanced immune responses to allergens than mice raised in dog-free environments. The dog dust wasn't dirty in the bad sense, it was educational. A landmark study published by Susan Lynch and her colleagues found that children raised with a dog in the first year of life had a different, more diverse mix of bacteria in their gut. That diversity mattered. A varied gut microbiome in infancy has been linked again and again to lower rates of asthma, fewer allergies, and a more resilient immune system overall. Here is the counterintuitive twist. It's not really about the dog at all. It's about what the dog drags in. Soil bacteria, outdoor spores, traces of other animals. The dog is a courier, not the cargo. Your immune system, especially in the first year of life, is scanning every new molecule and asking one question: friend or enemy? The more real, ordinary answers it receives early on, the fewer mistakes it makes later. There's a window for this. Immunologists call it the critical window of immune development, and it slams shut faster than most parents realize. The first 1 to 3 years of life appear to matter most. This is when the gut microbiome is still forming its permanent architecture, like wet cement setting into shape. Exposure during this window teaches tolerance. Exposure after this window often teaches very little at all. This explains a pattern researchers have observed for decades. Children raised on farms, surrounded by livestock, hay, and barn dust, show dramatically lower rates of asthma and allergic disease than children raised in sterile urban apartments just a few miles away. A study out of Finland and Germany, sometimes called the farm effect, found that kids drinking raw farm milk and living near animals had immune markers that looked almost protective, like a natural vaccine built from everyday exposure. Your grandmother probably didn't own an air purifier. She probably didn't sanitize the doorknob. Her children likely played in dirt, drank from garden hoses, and petted farm animals without a second thought. It wasn't better parenting, it was simply less filtering. And that lack of filtering may have been doing more immunological work than anyone understood at the time. None of this means dirt is magic or that hygiene is the enemy. Hand washing before meals in clean water still save millions of lives every year, especially against dangerous pathogens. The hygiene hypothesis isn't an argument against cleanliness, it's an argument for balance. Your immune system doesn't need filth, it needs variety. It needs a curriculum, not a chaos. So what does a dog actually offer that a spotless apartment doesn't? Bacterial diversity, regular, low-grade, mostly harmless exposure, a living bridge between your sterile living room and the messy outdoor world your genes still expect you to encounter. Every walk becomes a tiny immunological field trip. Consider what this means for a child today. Fewer pets, fewer siblings, more antibacterial wipes, more time indoors, smaller families in cleaner homes with fewer animals and less unstructured outdoor play. Each of these changes seems minor on its own. Together, they may be quietly disarming a generation's immune training. Is this why allergy and asthma rates have climbed so sharply in wealthy, industrialized nations over the last 50 years, even as infectious disease has declined? Many immunologists think it's a major piece of the puzzle. Wealth brought cleaner water and better sanitation, which saved lives. But it also brought sealed windows, processed food, and childhood spent almost entirely indoors, cut off from the microbial world that shaped human biology for millennia. A dog cannot undo modern life. One pet can't replace a village, a farm, or 200,000 years of evolutionary expectation, but it can reopen a small door. It can reintroduce a fraction of the diversity your immune system was built to expect and rarely gets anymore. So the next time a dog tracks mud across your kitchen floor, or leaves fur on the couch, or licks a toddler's face after digging in the garden, consider what's actually happening beneath the surface. An ancient, unfinished system is quietly getting exactly what it was designed for, not a threat, a lesson. You remember the smell of wet fur on a rainy afternoon. Now you know it wasn't just a memory. It was an immune system being built, one muddy paw print at a time.